Hello YouTube! This video is part of my build series for the 3D printable Jabba's Palace complete with hangar. I am going to build the whole thing. I purchased this massive set of 3D printable files from Massassi for my 3.75-inch or 1:18 scale Star Wars figures. I will include the link in the description below. Today we are going to work on set 2, the throne area. In this diagram, you can see where set 2 fits into the overall design of the top floor. This is the first video of my build of set 2, the throne area. You can find the videos for set 1 in my playlist that I have linked to in the description below. In this video, I will show you my 3D printers and the slicer settings that I used, how to choose the right files for the throne for Jabba that you have, and how to assemble the pieces after you print them. This is my main printer, the Anycubic Cobra 3. It's a nice, beginner-friendly, budget-conscious printer that you can get for a couple of $100. And I use the Anycubic Slicer Next software when I do any slicing. My backup printer is the Anycubic Cobra 2 Pro, which is the first printer I ever bought, so I keep using it so that I can have two going at the same time. So far, the only filament that I've been using is from Anycubic, and it's gray PLA, and I buy it from Amazon. I buy it in a box that contains 4 rolls at a time, and this seems to be the cheapest way to get it. So for the filament settings, I made a few changes. Under the filament tab, I decreased the other layers and the first layer print temperature to 200 because it reduces stringing. And I increased the print bed temperature to 63 from 60, which was the default, because it helps with bed adhesion. Here are my cooling settings. And finally, under setting overrides, I enabled retraction so that the nozzle does not hit the print. So the length of 1 millimeter, Z hop of 1 millimeter, and retraction speed of 50. I had to set those because that was off by default. So for the actual print settings, these are the settings that I use for the quality tab. And I'm just going to show you all of them, and I'll leave it for a second, but I won't go over it. So here's strength, speed, support, multi-material, which the Cobra 3 allows you to print with different color, 4 different colors of filament. So I don't use that. I didn't buy that feature. So it's all turned off. And here's the others tab. Finally, for smaller objects or objects that have a lot of detail, I like to slow the printing down to 50 millimeters per second. But then I keep all the rest of the other settings. With set 2, we need to identify which throne for Jabba we are using. Massassi provides printing files for 5 different thrones, from the original Kenner 1983 model to the excellent Walmart exclusive set. This is the Jabba the Hutt that I have, and he doesn't come with a throne. So I turned to Charvy's 3D and downloaded this one. Charvy's throne is 254 millimeters wide by 149 millimeters deep, so I chose to print the Kenner files. Now that all the pieces are printed, we're going to start assembly with the floor. So I've laid out all the main floor pieces according to the instructions that Massassi gave us. And I'm going to glue them two at a time so that I can get it all nice and lined up. And I'm also doing it on a flat surface to give us even more chance of success. So what he did recommend is take some 3mm pins and you'll see that he's put holes in the bottom. So these will help line the pieces up. Perfectly for gluing. So what I'm using is clear Gorilla Glue. We don't want to use too much, but I'll put some mostly in the middle, around the peg, not too close to the edges so it doesn't drip out. And then we'll line them up with the 3mm plug. Push them together and push them down flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop there and then we'll wait for that glue to dry and then we'll do these two more and then two more and then two more until the whole floor is done. Here is the second level of the floor finished now. There were 5 pieces and I glued them all together first and then glued that whole part to the bottom level of the floor that we assembled earlier. And here we have all the stairs glued in, all the different pieces, and these are the pieces that have been chosen for the specific throne that I have. So I'm using the Kenner throne, so that's the pieces that I chose to print. Here you can see that I have the trap door installed, and you need to be very careful about gluing those 2 side pieces in that hold it down, because if you get any glue in the wrong spots, you're going to glue the trap door shut. It needs to open and close freely. And if I spin it around, you can see that I've also added the trap door pusher. And that will keep it shut. And when you pull it out, it lowers it. And then the person goes flying into the rancor pit. Here you can see that I've glued in the back and side walls now. Here it is with the 3 pieces of the arc glued in. It took a little bit of wrangling to get the pins in and to hook everything up and have it fit correctly, but there it is. I've glued all the pieces of the roof together. But I'm not going to glue this down into position because I want to leave it removable so that I can get at the pieces underneath or see the figures or move the figures underneath around. And it will also help me to paint and do the mortar without this glued down. So we'll just leave it removable. And that concludes this video. I will continue my build in the next video, and I will provide a link to the full playlist in the description below. Thank you for watching my build series video for the 3D printable Jabba's Palace complete with hanger from Massassi. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. If you have any other ideas or tips for how to complete any of the steps that I've shown, please leave us a comment below.